Hello, this is A Motivated Mind with Jen Paul. I'm so honored that you are here. As always, reliable, relatable information, honest answers to real life questions. Today's video is going to be different. Not only does my office look different, I'm in the middle of remodeling still, but the tone of this video and the message of this video is going to be different. If you've been here before, welcome back, first of all. Second of all, you know that my content for my video comes from either something that is going on in my life personally. I tried to put my foot up on something that I almost fell. Or it is from messages that I've received from people. Or it is a common theme that I am seeing either on social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, or the radio, TV, or I'm just out somewhere and I see a common word or something that just seems to be repeating itself. This topic fits into all of those categories. So I had been wanting to do this video for a while. I wasn't exactly sure how to do it because I didn't want it to come across in the wrong way. I didn't want to be misunderstood, but I wanted to be very, very clear about what I was saying in this video that I'm doing. Let me ask you a question. If you are out in the cold and you have a coat on, if you're me, then you're going to have a hat, a scarf, a coat, gloves, a snowsuit. I don't like to be cold at all. Once I come inside, how long would I keep my coat on? How long would I stay dressed as if I'm still outside? And how long after I stopped shivering and actually became warm would I keep my coat on? Would I wear the same clothes? And would I continue to shake as if I am still cold? Probably not long. Does that mean that I have forgotten what it was like to be in the cold? No. If I am outside with someone and they choose to walk through that door and they're no longer out there, is it fair of me to expect them to stay dressed and act as if they still are in that environment when they've made the decision to move forward? Because I don't want to be out there in the cold alone. Sometimes we just need somebody to tell us that it is okay to do something. So I'm going to tell you right now that it is okay to continue to make those good decisions that you're making. It is okay to continue to want to better yourself and the life of your family, and not to hold yourself back just so that the people that are still in the cold doesn't feel as if you have forgotten them. We talk a lot about the people that desert us when things are bad, but of the people that when things are going good and we don't fit into their box anymore, into their category to where they cannot look at our life anymore and feel better about theirs, now they've disappeared. Where are those people? You can either spend your time asking yourself where they are, or you can continue to move forward with what you are trying to do. It is not fair for me to expect you to keep your coat on because I'm deciding to stay out in the cold. And that's the analogy that I'm using because everybody has been cold at least a few times in their life. Lately, I've heard a lot of people saying that they were told that they have forgotten where they've come from, that they're no longer being loyal, or they're now acting brand new because they're clean, or they've moved out of a certain part of town, or they've gotten a new job. Even to the point that when someone went to visit somebody at their new job, they act acted in a way that they did not understand because that person was acting different because they were at work. You are supposed to act professional when you are at work. You might need to hear this, so I'm going to give you permission and tell you that it is okay to continue to move forward and not hold yourself back because somebody tells you that you are now acting like a new person. We are supposed to grow up, change, and move forward, transition from one stage in our life to the next. We are not supposed to, at 40, act, think, and behave as we did when we were 20. When you get clean and sober, and you are 30 days, you should not be thinking and acting and behaving a year later as you are when you first get clean. This is how people go from the other side of the fence to where now they're working in the treatment industry, to where they're able to carry the message of hope. If we are still erratic and behaving like we just got clean yesterday, how are you supposed to grow? What are you recovering from? There is more to not using. There is more to recovery than not using, just like there's more to addiction than just the pickup. Your life is supposed to say, I'm growing up. Your life is supposed to say that you are recovering. Every day shouldn't be white knuckling it. Every day shouldn't be barely hanging on. You are supposed to transition from one stage in your life to the next. Everyone does it at their own level. Everyone does it at their own pace, and everybody's at a different stage in their life. That is why I say we don't know what somebody is dealing with on a daily basis. So if the checkout person is upset or aggravated, please don't make their day worse. You don't know what people are dealing with. It is not fair to expect people to stay at your stage and hold them back from moving forward because you're not wanting to make the decisions that you need to make to move forward in your life. How does a person become a business owner? How does a person become a manager of a restaurant or of their office or job? How does a person get a promotion? How does a person get a raise? How does a person buy that house? It's because they've went from one place in their life and they've made those sacrifices and those choices each and every day to move forward and become a better version of themselves every day than they were yesterday. If you're not willing to make those same sacrifices and choices, don't ask anybody to stay back at this stage with you. Here's the difference of forgetting where you've come from and wanting to be a better version of yourself. I had to think really long and hard about how this video was going to come across, because each and every day, let me assure you, I wake up and I say, thank you, God, that I'm no longer where I used to be. Because I know at any moment I'm one bad decision, one choice, one phone call away from going backwards and if I'm even lucky, able to start over, I'm one choice away from losing everything that I have. So let me assure you that I remember all too well what it's like waking up sick. And I pray each and every night when I go to bed for the addict that is still suffering, for the alcoholic that is still caught up in active addiction, that thinks there is no way out, that doesn't even want to open their eyes the next day. That doesn't mean I'm going to go and start living the way that I used to, just so that the people that are still caught up in that doesn't think that I've forgotten what it's like to be sick. If someone is drowning, you jumping back in the water with them so that they're not alone doesn't help them. I knew that somebody was going to watch this video and think that I'm now judging people that are still in active addiction, when in fact it is the opposite. I make phone calls for people that can't get into treatment. They're scared to make that phone call. I stay on the phone with people after they've relapsed. Or when they're scared, I stay on the phone with the moms and the dads of their kid that they don't know where they are, and they know they're using, or they don't even know if they're alive anymore, because I know what it's like. I can't be that support person for somebody's family, for somebody's mom or dad, or that person that still is suffering, if I'm still acting as if I just got clean yesterday, and if I'm not being responsible, if I'm not trustworthy, if I'm lying and manipulating and not keeping my word, and people can't count on me. How is anybody supposed to see that there's a reason or a point to recovery if we're not acting as if we're recovering from anything? I don't stand on the soapbox of judgment. I know and I remember what it's like every single day, and I'm scared to make that one bad choice, that one bad decision, because more than anything I fear to go back to that life. If you're making better decisions now, and you're making better choices, that is not the same thing as saying that you're better than somebody. If you are moving forward in your life and transitioning to a better person, a better version, rather, of yourself than you were before, usually people tell you you've forgotten where you've come from, because either you won't do something that they want you to do, or you've told them some truth that they're not ready to hear. No, I will not give you money to go get well. Have I needed money to go get well? Yes. Will I give you money now to go do that? No. I will feed you. I will not give you money to go get well. I will not give you a ride. And if you don't like that, and if you don't agree with it, then all I can do is remember the times in my life when I didn't understand and agree with the people that would not do those things for me. Now, recovery aside, if you are moving forward in your life in any way, shape, or form, the people that are not willing to make those sacrifices, not willing to make those decisions and those choices on a day-to-day basis to get here and stay here, then you let them stay there. Because you're busy working and making those sacrifices and those decisions to move here. Each and every day I wake up and I'm thankful that I have the opportunity to have problems that I do now. You know, it came to my attention recently when I said, I don't understand why all of these problems are showing up now. I didn't have these problems when I was using. Those problems were still there. I ignored them because I had one problem every day to figure out. Money to get one more. I wasn't worried about bills. I wasn't worried about A, B, and C, but A, B, and C were always there. I know that not everybody's going to take this for what it is, and somebody's going to watch this and they're going to say that I'm being a snob now or whatever, and that's okay. Because I remember being on that side of the fence too. And there's nothing that I wouldn't do for anybody to help them get out of the cold. There's nothing, figuratively, there's nothing I wouldn't do for somebody to help get them into treatment. There's nothing I wouldn't do. It's those behind the scenes things that we do that people don't see. I take clothes back to the treatment center that I was in, that I'm growing out of, because that's what you do when you get sober. You put on weight, because people are supposed to eat every day. So I take clothes back to that treatment center I was in, because I remember what it was like to have nothing that fit me. And I remember the girls that came in directly from the street that had nothing but the clothes that they were wearing. And they wasn't in very good condition either. So I take clothes and I take personal items up there. Not to say, look at me now, look at me. Not to say, look at me. But I do it because I can, because it's an honor. Because I feel like I was given a gift to want to wake up. Not just to wake up, but now I actually want to wake up. I know that this is, for me anyway, this was a hard video to do, a hard topic to talk about, because it can get misunderstood very easily that I'm saying that I, don't care about people that are still in that situation, but that's not the case. But it is not right for people that are still in that situation to expect people that are now making better choices to not move forward in their life because they don't want to yet, because they're too scared to yet. Each and every one of us, it takes the same amount of courage to change, whatever that change looks like. I care about each and every one of you. I hope that you have enjoyed this message, and I do care about you. I hope that you at least got that I give yourself permission to continue to move on and do better things in your life. And don't be held down by the opinions or the feelings of other people. I'm Jen Cole and I approve this message. I know that the tone of this video was different, but I just felt like that this had to be talked about. Until next time, I hope you have an amazing day.